let's talk about New Japan for a few minutes here. New Japan, lost in all of this Punk news this week, launched its own streaming service, its own version essentially of the WWE network called New Japan World. You can head over to njpwworld.com. The website is only in Japanese right now. You can probably translate it depending on what web browser you're using. I haven't had a chance. I was actually hoping to sign up for it. I just have been so busy and so slammed this week. I have not even had a chance to look at the webpage, let alone sign up for it. I think I will end up signing up for it because I like the New Japan product, and being given access to all the newer shows plus their own archived library, and it sounds like they have a lot of stuff already up. That sounds very intriguing to me. The price, this is funny, the price is 999 yen per month, which is just, I think that's hilarious. I only hope this doesn't mean we're going to have to sit through Jim Ross doing $9.99 plugs on the January 4th Tokyo Dome show now. With the conversion rate, it comes to about $8.45 US, so it's actually cheaper in this country than the WWE network is. You get every major show. Every major show will air live. 11 shows total between the months of December and January alone, including Wrestle Kingdom 9 from the Tokyo Dome on January 4th. Now, my understanding is that on the network here, it will be the Japanese commentary only, and if you want to hear Jim Ross, you will need to buy the actual pay-per-view. Truth be told, I'm buying the pay-per-view anyway because I'd like to have the option at least to flip between the Japanese and the American commentary. I want to hear how JR does. And also, for the same reasons that I suggested to all of you around WrestleMania time this year, that you buy WrestleMania on pay-per-view and not on the network, this thing is still new. You don't know how the stream is going to hold up for such a big show, and this is their WrestleMania. So I just think it's safer to get the pay-per-view. And I want the pay-per-view to do well, as also because that means that there would be more pay-per-views in the future, which is just good for the company. So there's that aspect of it also, trying to, be a good fan. But I just don't trust the stream for such a big show like this. It's a brand new service. I just think it's smarter to get the pay-per-view. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You do now have the option of just paying $8.45 for basically their WrestleMania. This also means the annual G1 Climax tournament is going to be airing on their network as well, which is awesome. That's some of the best wrestling you will ever see. You can actually sign up and go back and watch all of those G1 matches from this year's tournament. They were incredible. I talked about some of them on the podcast. I think the AJ Styles Minoru Suzuki match was part of the G1. Just one incredible match after the other, night after night after night. One of the greatest tournaments in the history of pro wrestling, period. And now you have access to all those matches. They have matches going back as far as 1973 from what I've read. Matches, not necessarily full shows that go back that far. But they already have a ton of content up. They have documentaries up for some of the bigger matches in New Japan history that give you some background on them, which I think is really cool. The head of New Japan talked about how he believes they are the number 2 wrestling promotion in the world right now in terms of business, which is true, but he believes they are number 1 as far as wrestling is concerned. That's also probably true. Their goal, he says, is to surpass WWE in terms of business and be number 1 all around. It's nice to set goals for yourself and want to be number 1, but I hope they're not just doing this to compete with WWE in this country, because if that's the case, that will not end well. They have a good thing going right now. Do what you feel, I guess, you have to do to grow the brand, but don't copy all of WWE's business moves, because I'm not sure WWE has made all of the best business decisions this year, and they can at least sustain the losses when they make those bad decisions. I don't know if New Japan can. That's kind of the difference there. WWE has made so much money for so many years that even if they lose their ass on this network and it doesn't work out, I don't think it'll bankrupt the company. They'll take a huge hit, but they can sustain that. New Japan is doing very well. I think they've doubled their revenue in the last 2 years, but if they launch this thing and they're going to kill their pay-per-view business, they're going to just kill pay-per-view altogether for them, and it doesn't work out, because God knows the WWE network has not paid off for them yet, I don't know that New Japan can sustain those kinds of losses, and I would hate to read that they made They took a risk, it didn't pay off, and now they're doing badly, and they can't sign talent, or they're shedding talent, and all of a sudden the dominoes start to fall. I hope that does not happen here. So we'll see. But I definitely am interested in signing up for the service sometime in the next few weeks. I plan to do so. I just have not had any time to even think about it.